Ever scroll past something online that makes your stomach drop? A cruel comment, a pile-on, a post that's clearly wrong, or worse, clearly hurting someone. And you pause for half a second, and then your thumb keeps moving. Not because you agree, not because you don't care, but because someone else will handle it. And that scroll is exactly where the digital bystander effect lives. Most of us think the bystander effect belongs to psychology textbooks. The famous Kitty Genovese case, a crowded street, everyone watching, no one acting. But the internet didn't eliminate that effect, it perfected it. Because online the crowd is infinite, and responsibility evaporates even faster. When you're surrounded by thousands of usernames, no faces, no eye contact, no shared silence, your brain quietly whispers, "This isn't really happening. Someone else will step in. It's not my place." And just like that, harm becomes background noise. Anonymity does something strange to us. It doesn't just free people to say terrible things, it frees everyone else from feeling responsible to stop them. When no one knows who you are, your actions feel lighter, but so does your inaction. Psychologists call this diffusion of responsibility. When responsibility spreads so thin across a group that no one feels it lands on them. Online, that diffusion is amplified. You're not standing in a room, you're floating in a feed, and floating things rarely feel accountable. Here's the part that's especially unsettling. You might be scrolling past something harmful, thinking everyone else is fine with it, but everyone else is thinking the exact same thing about you. This is pluralistic ignorance, a silent agreement that doesn't actually exist. No one speaks up because no one else is speaking up. So silence starts to feel like consensus. And slowly, the moral temperature of the room drops, not because people become worse, but because they become quieter. Now add algorithms to the mix. Echo chambers don't just reinforce opinions, they normalize inaction. When harmful content circulates inside a familiar bubble, it feels expected, predictable, almost boring. Your nervous system adapts. Outrage fatigue sets in, empathy gets rationed, and the most dangerous thought appears. This is just how it is. That's not apathy, that's learned helplessness in digital form. Carl Jung warned about what happens when individuals dissolve into crowds. Online, de-individuation happens quietly. You stop feeling like a person responding to another person and start feeling like a background character watching a feed play itself. The self fades, responsibility fades with it, and when identity weakens, meaning follows, which is why online spaces can feel so loud, yet so empty. To live with this, the mind gets clever. We tell ourselves it's not that serious. I don't want drama. Engaging just makes it worse. I'm only one person. These aren't lies, they're defensive stories. Cognitive dissonance hates unresolved tension, so the brain smooths it over. Scroll, forget, repeat. But here's the uncomfortable truth. When harmful content goes unchecked, it doesn't disappear, it mutates. Cyberbullying escalates, misinformation hardens, extremes normalize, and communities slowly erode, not from loud villains, but from quiet spectators. Safe spaces don't vanish overnight, they decay through neglect. So, can we reprogram this? Yes, but not becoming online vigilantes. It starts smaller than that. You don't have to confront, debate, or broadcast outrage. A single comment that says, "This isn't okay." A private message that says, "I saw that, you're not alone." These moments break the illusion of absence. They remind the nervous system, there are people here, and that's often enough to shift the entire tone of a thread. Meaning emerges from responsibility, not grand gestures, but voluntary burdens. Online responsibility looks unglamorous. It looks like showing up when it's easier not to. Repeated small actions rewire identity. Every time you choose engagement over indifference, you train your brain to associate agency with the digital world again. What we refuse to confront in the collective doesn't disappear, it integrates in the shadows. The internet certainly doesn't suffer from a lack of people, it suffers from a lack of presence. So next time you see something that makes you pause, don't ask, is this my problem? Ask instead, what kind of person do I become if I always scroll past? Because online communities aren't shaped by the loudest voices. They're shaped by the moments when ordinary people decide not to disappear. If you enjoyed this video, please give a like and subscribe, and let me know what you're thinking in the comments. Until next time, my little cherubs, Meemaw's always rooting for you.